Hey guys, welcome back to LOI Fan TV. We're back again for our Game Week 17 predictions. We were supposed to get a video out on Monday, but unfortunately Ross was away and so was I. So it was just one of those things that got away from us. But we're back again and we're going to review Friday's fixtures. So Ross, how are you?
Been better, Luke. Been better, to be honest. If you see me wincing during this video now, it's probably partly due to Shell's form and partly due to a really bad sunburn on my back. So yeah, I've been better, to be honest.
Which is worse?
The sunburn's pretty bad, to be honest. I'll send you a picture of it. It's pretty bad, to be fair. So maybe just about the sunburn, but it's pretty ropey on both ends.
Fair enough. Right, well we'll jump right from the painful stuff. So first up I suppose Drogheda United are playing host to Bohemians. Now I suppose you'll know a lot about both of these teams, Ross. Yeah. What do you think about these two teams?
Yeah, unfortunately so. Unfortunately so. Yeah, it's tough to call this one, isn't it? Like I suppose Drogheda obviously had the two games over the weekend, so you kind of look at them. I think on Monday night against us, they start to look a little bit leggy at times. I think a couple of fans commented on that as well, so you'd worry for them a little bit. Just in terms of squad rotation, I don't think there's a huge amount of rotation they can really do to keep the same amount of quality in their team. Obviously they've Douglas James Taylor back in the mix now, which is huge. So maybe it gives Byron Davis a break and a Lou, and you can rotate those lads a bit, but midfield and at the back, I think it's a quite a set side, so it's hard to know for Kev Doherty. But yeah, I think this will be a very tough game to obviously Bowes had a good win against Shells last Friday, and they'll be more rested than Drogheda coming. And obviously, I think it was a 6 wins and 7 for Bowes now, so they'll obviously be full of confidence and backing themselves to go and get another 3 points. Really,
Yeah, I fully agree with that sentiment. I just don't think Drogheda had the squad depth we did on his Fridays, Mondays. Now I know they were unbeaten over the weekend, but like
yeah,
I think they're going to be fearless, especially going into Friday. Even though they had a home game and they're away to Shells, it's not too much traveling, but still they don't have the depth to be kind of doing that, and it's going to be a problem for them, especially when Europe comes up. So
yeah,
yeah, here like as you kind of touched up, Bowes are in fantastic form. Like it's really like I look at the league and I'm still in shock that they're joint second. Like it's just crazy. It's just a mad out league. But yeah, I kind of do agree with your
yeah,
saying. Bowes, it's kind of hard to see them stop. But to be fair, draw it away, like you could easily go for the draw, couldn't you? But I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah.
I might just lean toward the Bows win. I just think momentum's really on their side, and I think Drogheda have kind of hit a weird spot in their season where they're a bit like, right, we're starting to sink a bit here. Like what's the motivation? So I think Drogheda are in a bit of figuring themselves out phase. So yeah, I'll probably go for a 2-1 Bows win. What do you reckon?
Yeah. Obviously, Drogheda had the one draw with Derry, which wasn't a bad result, and I think Derry equalised in the last minute in that one as well. So Drogheda probably unfortunate not to get it, and it's a tough place to go. I think with Bose as well. Like I know, obviously, we want to give them a lot of credit for that run in form and stuff as well, but like obviously. They were helped by obviously a lot of late winners, and then I think the refereeing performance on Friday night was so below par, incredible, really. So, yeah, you need a little bit of luck to go on a run, and obviously Shels had a bit of luck last year to win the league, so you need a little bit of luck as you go. But yeah, I don't think I can't really separate these two. I think Bo's obviously in good form, good players, but I don't think they can keep up. I think with that form, like I think they'll find they start off the season really poorly in a really good run now. They'll find this kind of balance now. I think a little bit, and they'll probably still be in that they'll be in that top half battling positions. I think title talk and stuff like that is premature, in my opinion. So I think I'll back the draw here. I'll go 1-1.
Fair, fair, yeah. I suppose moving on then, next up we have Galway United playing host to Cork. Galway are probably you'd probably look at Galway along with Sligo, you'd say. Well, actually, you wouldn't even say Sligo because they lost to them last. You probably say Galway are the most out of form team in the league, which is a bit of a
Yeah,
shame really because I think we all have a soft spot for Galway, and they're eighth. And it's just a bit of a weird one, isn't it? I would not have guessed them to be here. Now I know, look, the league can change very quickly, but it was like as
yeah,
we kind of put off like last week, like they were top of the league at 1.2 weeks ago, and now they're eighth. So it's just it's a bit of a mad one. And then Cork, on the other hand, will feel very hard done by, and leaving Richmond Park with nothing,
yeah,
especially winning that game in the final minutes. So yeah, I say two teams that are hurting here. What do you reckon?
yeah. Big time, big time. was kind of looking at the table because obviously thinking about Galway's kind of running form, and I was like, could they get sucked into that like battle for ninth and tenth? But I was looking at it, it's like no, like I think they're 8 points clear of ninth, so you'd think that it is too much, and they will turn it
Yeah.
around at some stage eight. They'll probably will be absolutely fine in the end. But a little bit of a concerning run, of course. And it's like obviously a massive win for them to go down. And from a Galway point of view, it's such a disappointing result. They had a couple of chances. Patrick Hickey probably should have scored. So they'll be kicking themselves. That was a good chance to kind of turn around their form a little bit, maybe kick on. But another good chance to do so. Cork at home, you'd kind of fancy yourself to get the 3 points. But yeah, Cork, you feel like a bit hard done by for them. Like they're getting a little bit unlucky at times, aren't they? In a couple of results, and they easily could have nicked something in Richmond Park last week. Very unfortunate not to do so. I suppose getting Shawnee Maguire back in the pitch would be a massive plus for them as well. So it's tough. This is very very difficult, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a tough one. Very tough one. Like especially like I suppose even looking at Galway, like at home to Sligo on Friday, like you would have nearly put the house on them getting some out of that game. The fact
Yeah,
that they didn't is to be honest, it is really concerning. But then again, like Sligo are a good team. Like there's just every team in this league can beat each other. But yeah, here like you're saying
that's the
with the
problem.
battle
Yeah,
for ninth, like if Cork go here and get 3 points, like you do have to ask the question because like Cork are really on a terrible. I'm sorry, Galway are really on a terrible run of form. It's a long season as we've seen. So yeah, but do I think that's going to happen? Probably not. So yeah, I might go for a draw here. I just think Cork, will probably have enough to go down there and get something. I think Galway will just want to kind of stop the rot in a sense. So yeah, I
yeah,
might go for a 1-all draw.
yeah. I could definitely see it. I could definitely see it. I'll just go for Galway to nick it. I think it'll be very, very tight, very edgy affair. Probably won't be a classic for the neutral to watch, but I'll go for Galway just to maybe get a little bit of luck and nick a goal. Obviously, still have quality players, Moses Dyer and Hickey and the likes, maybe having a little bit too much quality for Cork. And I think there'll be a big focus on them keeping a clean sheet. So, yeah, I'll go for Galway to nick it 1-0.
Yeah, fair, fair. Yeah. Suppose then moving on to St. Pat's who are playing host to Waterford. Yeah.
Fill us in, Lukey. Fill us in.
Oh, I know. You're just it's just so the prediction it's aging like a fine wine, Ross. Your prediction of
Oh,
preseason, it's
listen.
aging
I
so
think I actually called it to perfection, didn't I?
you called it so well. And I remember when you said it, I was like, surely not. Because I was thinking about Pat's run, and obviously, like, I remember I saw Keith Ward was talking about it as well. He was like, it's easy winning
Yeah,
games when, no one's chasing you. But at the same time, I just thought with the quality and the money, and I was like, surely, sure, like kind of like with
yeah,
Derry now. It's like, if you have enough quality, you're gonna win games. But oh my God.
yeah. It's
I'm
not. It's not. You don't want to call it like cowardly or anything, but it's a bit spineless, isn't it? That to go to Tala and get absolutely rolled over. I know Chris Farris is missing. He's obviously like their linchpin and their key player, but one player out, like you can't be justifying performances like that. They're very lucky against Cork to have nicked that win. It could easily have been a drop points there as well. So, yeah, it's big trouble for Patson and yeah, Kenny just it seemed. I think I might have said that. I think Kenny will get found out a little bit as well. I think he might be a little bit past his best as well. And I think people were laughing at that. And people were saying, I just think he's just a bit past the sell by day. I think Brian Gartman as number two. Don't think he inspires me a huge amount either. So yeah, I think it was the director of football at Dundalk when it was all going to shit. So yeah, for Pats, I just think it's a long day because they can't sack him. I don't think they can afford to sack him.
no, and it
Not
won't
that they
stop.
should, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They're not. It's a weird. It's like Pats have this every season. Like, is it a mentality
yeah,
thing? Is it kind of like with like the Man United thing? Is like, like what's going on? Like yeah, it's just a weird one. I suppose when you look at Pat's dressing room, like there isn't that many league winners. Probably the one you look at is the one that
no.
came from us, Sean Hoare. But like
Oh,
apart,
can I just say, best thing I've ever seen. Him, Sean Hoare, forgetting what team he played for and throwing it straight to a Shamrock Rovers player in his own box. Did you see that? Oh, it's the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like,
stuff. I know. Their Pats are. I was even looking at their starting 11 there to play us. Like even though they rotated a bit, there's just Melia and Keane up top. Like how are you not winning games? It's just
I
it's
know.
such a
I
strange
think
one.
I said this before as well though. Like I think they've a lot of the same profile of player. Like they have Mulroney,
Yeah,
they've Kavanagh, they've Levy, they've got like they're all kind of similar type players. You
yeah.
need a bit
Forrester,
more
Kavanagh.
balance to your midfield.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're all kind of. I know you've Lennon, but you probably need a bit of backup for him in there and someone to play alongside him as well. Um, Bagley doesn't seem to be that man. So yeah, it seems obviously I think Romano Palmer is a big loss as well. Actually, he was good last season as well. So he's a
Mm.
big loss. But yeah, to be getting spanked 4-0 is yeah, they need to chance for them to win to kind of get back to winning ways here again, like at home. But I think the atmosphere will be interesting. Like it might be a bit tense bit of tension in the air in Richmond Park.
Yeah, there will definitely be a Pats fan. I just had a little look on Twitter on Monday because I was still away for it, but I caught up with the game after, and I just
Yeah,
went straight onto Twitter. The first thing that popped up was the St. Pat's Twitter page with full time 4-0, and I was like, "Oh, let's have a read. We'll have a look."
yeah. Of course, we'll have a look.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah, yeah. As far as this game goes, Pats will really be hurting, and they're coming up against a Waterford side. Will probably be hurting as well because like they're on a great run of form. They played us last Friday, so we haven't
Yeah,
touched too much off them. Like Waterford, they're sitting seventh, and yeah, like a win here could bring them 1 point to Pats. But to be honest, I don't think that'll happen. I think Pats will get a win. I'm probably going to lean towards probably 3-1 Pats. I'll say they're going to come out of the blocks.
yeah, maybe, yeah. Waterford, I was kind of catching up on the highlights in that one, and just to touch on them briefly, like obviously Almond's header was fantastic to open scoring, really good goal. But some of the goals to give away, like the Michael Toonan goal, it's just such a poor mistake. It's 75 minutes gone, you're drawing 1-all with Rovers. You can kind of see it out, get a decent point on the board, and be the keeper kicking it straight to noon. And it was such a poor goal to concede, and then obviously pushing on late. And I've heard a couple of Waterford fans talking about your man as Navarro backboard, the Dutch rifle that came in to replace Dara Power, and saying he's useless, he's not up to much at all. I hadn't seen much of him, and then for that goal, he lost the ball so cheaply on that right hand side. Obviously, Graham Burke finished it off for 3-1. So you think for Waterford, like they could easily have nicked something against the Rovers there, and they've been on a decent run of form. So I'd back them to give Pats a really good game here, but I just think yeah, Pats maybe having enough quality. But these games are just impossible. But I'll go for Pats to win it. I'll go 1-0 tight.
Fair. Fair, yeah. And I suppose then next up is your boys, at home to Sligo. Two teams
End
that
the video. End the video.
oh bro, this video's only getting started. Um no, yeah, this is an interesting one. I wonder kind of like with Shelburne now, like what's the what are they thinking internally around like what this season is? Because obviously like they're 9 points off top. They probably could have a jam-packed European campaign coming up to get through a round, but obviously they're unseeded, so that'll be probably tougher than it has been for other clubs throughout the years. Um, yeah, and Sligo on the other hand, they're obviously they'll be on a high off the back of a 1-0 win, and Shelbourne's
I've
record
told you
against
before. We're catching every team on the crest of a wave. We're catching every single team as they're in a decent bit of form. Like every team we play is in good form. Like somehow.
somehow, oh yeah. But yeah, I suppose here, like Sligo be fancying their chances because Shelbourne's record against non-Dublin teams is pretty bad. Like
Yeah.
what's that? Like even just in general, screw the rest of it. The Shells have 5 wins in 17 games. Like that's not good enough. And I
No.
know it was a Leicester, as you would put it, a Leicester City story last season, but still like Damien Duff would have not, he's definitely hurting, isn't he?
Oh, of course, and I think the players are as well. And I think it's definitely been like a lot of things. I know you can point to injuries and stuff, but it's significant. Like it is significant. And you look at Connor Kearns going off on Monday night again. That's another one. Ali Q getting sent off for it was one of the worst refereeing decisions you ever see. Getting sent off for being kicked for a dive apparently. The Mark Coyle one, you can fair enough. You can see them giving and stuff, and red card was probably the fair decision there for the penalty, but. It just seems like everything's going wrong at the minute, and everything that could go wrong has gone wrong. Obviously, we touched on Barrett and Boyd, the two main players, your two probably leaders in the squad as well, have been out for such a long period. And for Boyd as well, like you kind of look at Meepo, and I think Meepo benefits from having Boyd there beside him, his big brother to ruffle a few feathers up top and to lay things on from. And I think that'll affect Meepo. I think Meepo Boyd getting come back will make Meepo improve as well. But I just think everything's a little bit disjointed at the moment, and I think we're paying the price for the thing that we both flagged pre-season was that we hadn't. didn't have enough depth at the back, and I think that's come to fruition now. And it's obviously a little bit unlucky that Lewis Temple's injured as well as Paddy Bear, and the player you have there brought into replace him. Sam Bone injured as well, who's hopeless anyway. But a little bit, it's just unlucky, very unlucky. And I do think that we will get back into the mix, and I think we'll be back in that European conversation eventually. But it's going to be another couple of probably tough weeks ahead potentially, and then I think yeah, you've Europe to contend with. You need to get players back in for that, and potentially look to do a bit of shopping in the summer window as well.
Yeah. I feel we'll have to touch off it as well. Like what's the crack with Duffer sitting where he sat at that Bows game and then complaining about the league putting him there? Like, let's be honest, he probably could have sat in the stand, but he's like, no, I'm gonna make a news story out of this. Like, it's just another week of a
Yeah,
get out with the news. I'm sick of reading
it's.
about it.
Do you know what it is though? I did think it was blown a little bit out of proportion though. Like it was like a bit much. I thought like just in terms of everyone going mental about it. Like it wasn't that big of a deal. Like I didn't think anyway. I know he fueled the fire on Monday night by raising it again and saying it was embarrassing and stuff. So I think that might have been a bit of a distraction tactic again. But yeah, I didn't think I thought it was funny, and I think there's like an office or a building back there where he was working from with Luke Byrne, who was up there with him as well. So, yeah, I think it was a bit of I thought it was a bit of a mountain out of a molehill, but I don't know. It was a funny picture though, wasn't it?
When I first saw it, I was like, surely not. That's not him. That's someone pretending it's him,
Yeah,
joking because he has his chair to the game. I'm like,
yeah,
that's God, that's a God's
yeah,
joke.
yeah,
I was like, it is him. Like,
yeah, yeah.
oh,
And then
I don't know.
the snood on and all. Like the hottest day of the year and the only man in Ireland with a snood on, obviously. Not talking to the bench, of course, but
That's what I mean. I don't know. He's
uh,
great for the league. He is great for the league, and he
he is,
garners
he is, he is.
interest. But it's just getting to the stage now where it's like
Mm.
every week. Is he like? Does he
Do you
wake
know?
up in
Do
the
you know what it
morning
is
with a
though with
toilet paper
him as well?
there?
Like, but he's such like I don't want to be like whatever Duffer, whatever. But he is like a huge star. Like he's the biggest face and the biggest name in the league. He can't really sit in a stand full of Bows fans in the director's box without getting dog's abuse stuff thrown at him all sorts. I think there's a safety issue there as well. Do you know what I mean? Like I think like he is so recognisable. He's such a big name, such a divisive character. I think there has to like I can understand why he wouldn't want to sit in the Jody in the director's area or whatever. Do you know?
I get that too. Yeah. But he could have sat in one of the derelict stands. You know.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Because you have plenty to choose
but
from there. You can sit. You can have a stand yourself if you want. Uh, Jeez,
but yeah, that game that was yeah, it was a disappointing result though. And, like me, a couple of half chances, me bound the likes, but yeah, it's a disappointing result there. And obviously, Drogheda had a couple of decent chances against them as well, and Drogheda had one or two in second half. And yeah, I think you're missing maybe Natalie Coote there just to kind of unlock a door. Um, so yeah, it's just disappointing weekend. 1 point from six, and it's just okay. And this is probably borderline must-win territory now at this stage. Really,
yeah,
Sligo at
yeah,
home.
yeah, definitely, yeah. This one, to be fair, I do fancy Shells to get back on track, but there's just this little voice in my head that says it's going to be a draw. Because like they're coming off a great result, and like they're level on points with Galway here, and sorry, with Cork, and they're playing Galway, so like there is a bit of emphasis on them to get something just in case Cork do get something off Galway. So
Yeah,
2-2. I just think two leaguey teams that can
two.
score goals. And another thing I have to ask
Yeah,
you, what's the story with the back three? He's won a league with a back four. Like, why is it a back three now?
yeah. I know. I think it's just due to the quality of player, and we don't have any fit centre halves really. It was who was it? Ledwidge in the middle, Tyreek Wilson to the left of him, and uh Gannon to the right. So I think it's more to do with kind of not playing centre half in there, but just like alongside Ledwidge, who's arguably a left back as well. Like you need that little bit extra cover, and I think he's trying his thing with the kind of overlapping or underlapping centre halves as well. So and he's playing with the kind of box and midfield kind of thing. It's just I'm not crazy with the system, but I guess it's this one he's trying to adapt us to, and it's kind of the four narrow players in midfield with Lunny, Chapman, Wood and whoever else it might be, Karen McEnroe, of course. So it's just like I think we were having a lot of the ball, we're having like a lot of possession and bits and pieces, and it's just a case of can we start kind of really punishing teams and taking our chances and stuff. So I don't know when Boyd comes back and Meepo's available, will we go back to 4-4-2 type thing or something? Hard to know. And I think it's a shame because we're not seeing Daniel Kelly playing too much, not seeing Tulloch play at all. Ryan O'Kane come on for a few minutes. I'd like to see these kind of wingers back on the pitch and kind of exciting fans again a little bit. So hopefully we can go back to playing a little bit more. Um, I don't know if that different style, but who knows? I'm not going to doubt Duff. He's brought the club on leaps and bounds, so we'll see where he's going with it.
Yeah, fair. What's the prediction for this one? What do you reckon?
I think it's a must win. I think we will win. I've heard the Shells fans say that this was the game earmarked for Paddy Barrett to come back in, and I've stopped believing that. Whenever he's back, he's back. So uh, I'll go for Shells to win it. Um, I'll go 2-1 Shells.
2-1 Shells. Yeah, that would be ideal. To get he's back on track. Then I suppose finally up in the Brandywell. First versus second, Derry City. Yeah, are kind of just they got lucky in Drogheda with their point, but they're still there. They're still cruising second, and then Shamrock Rovers on the other hand, 6 points from six. Really good win against Waterford. And you're talking about teams that are in form, and Shell's playing them at the wrong time. Like Waterford won what was a five on the bounce, and we went up there, and really stopped them in our tracks while playing a rotated side. We got like that game. We had like Matt Healy, we rested him, and like our wing back like Danny Grant and there's one or two other changes that we made that we were able to make due to our squad depth and then obviously
Yeah,
Pat's game Monday just blew
that's
them out of the water.
yeah, yeah. It's hard to compare any squad as a full squad to Rovers really in terms of that depth. I think that quadruple sub we made on Monday night was just I think it was Mandrew, McAnuff, Aaron Green, and Dylan Watts off the bench. Like to be able to bring those players off the bench is just a luxury no other team in the league can afford really. So yeah, it looks like it's going to be Rovers this year. It looks like it's like, kind of the way you're playing right now. It looks like it's going to be hard to stop. Is I guess the only thing maybe is if Honohan gets snapped up and bits and pieces. But it looks like you're bringing in Enda Stevens maybe and your man McGovern from up north and stuff. So it looks like you're strengthening the squad even further. So yeah, it's going to take a lot to stop Rovers this year. You feel. And yeah, fantastic weekend for them. Obviously, a big win down in Waterford. Touched on the disappointing goals from Waterford point of view to concede, but still a great win for Rovers. And obviously smashing Pats to bits 4-0. Very, very impressive. And Noonan's amongst the goals, which is great. Graham Burke looks like he's really just purring at the moment. He's flying. His goal against Pats was an absolute stunner. It's unbelievable strike. So yeah, all things looking well for us. It's a tough game though, mind you. It's a tough game then in Derry, but Rovers should be very, very confident going into it.
Yeah, yeah, it's one of these things like this league would almost cough up a Derry win here just to keep things
Yeah,
interesting. But
yeah,
I think the name of the game for us is just to go up there and not lose the game, get something from them. Yeah, you kind of touched
yeah,
off like we're really mowering now. Like you've Jack we're playing outstanding in midfield. You've Berkey who's regularly scoring. I think he scored now what's it 3 games in a row. So he's
yeah,
doing well. Michael Noonan 2 games in a row. Obviously Josh Honahan's just got an Ireland call up. I suppose that was just after our video last week, so we missed that news. But yeah, totally deserved in my opinion. It's probably like I always think back to that Chelsea game last season, kind of in Stamford Bridge, and like it was up against Madueke, and he actually didn't look out of place. He really did a good job against him, and kind of from that moment on, I think he kind of earned that call up. So as he said, he won't be here for long. He'll be gone in the summer. So it'd be nice to see him get capped. It'd be good for the league if he can get a cap under his belt before he goes. And then, yeah, I suppose another one to touch off too, Corey O'Sullivan. Just got called to 21s. Like he's honestly an outstanding talent. Just I remember like when he was in the team, when Dan Cleary was it Dan? No, Lee Grace was out injured earlier on the season. And he came in and I don't think we conceded a goal, and then we took him out, and then we were conceding, and we put him back in, and we're back to a resolute defense. So he brings so much balance to our left hand side. A really a player with a lot of potential, and someone I can think will eventually leave Rovers and go on to bigger and better things. But yeah, here prediction wise. It's going to be a tough one, I think, this pitch as well. And kind of Derry, I remember we played them earlier on the season, like how 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 experienced and how weathered their defense is. Like big lads back there, it's hard to get in behind them, especially with how Tiernan Lynch's been playing. And then the threat the other way with Liam Boyce and like scoring a lot of goals recently. And obviously Michael Duffy is Michael Duffy. He can cause anyone the league problems. So probably going to lean towards probably go. I might go for a bit of a stalemate here again. I know it was earlier on the season stalemate, but I might go for another one. I might go 0-0. What do you reckon?
Yeah, yeah, could well see it. I think obviously touching on a few Rovers players there. I think one that I'd like to give a little shout out to as well is someone that kind of doubted when they joined the club. I think he had probably a lot of doubts around him was Danny Grant. I think he's been actually phenomenal since coming in as well. And he's chipped in with goals. He looks like kind of a natural at wing back, which I didn't really expect, to be honest. I think he's been really impressive. Kind of gone under the radar a touch with Rovers, but I think he's been a really kind of shrewd signing, and he's slotted in well.
Yeah, definitely. And someone that was kind of thrown in the deep end because his fitness like was not proven at Bohemians, and I think he was brought in with the scope of being behind Honohan and Dara Burns, and obviously we lost Dara Burns last minute.
Yeah,
So he was kind of thrown in the deep end. To be fair to him, his fitness has held up, and he's been a credit to us this year. I know earlier on the season it kind of took him a few games to get going to hit his levels, but he's there now, and yeah, like even
yeah,
like depth wise in that position, Trevor Clark now, and so on, and Adam Matthews and stuff. So like, yeah, we're very ideal. But as far as like winning the league being like, like, do I think we're favorites? Yes. Do I think there's going to be few twists and turns? Yes. Like, it wouldn't surprise me here if we lost to Derry. And then it was back open, and then we
yeah,
kind of, it goes back to chopping and change at the top, and then we're top again in 3 months' time. It's just a long season, you know yourself.
yeah,
So I'm kind of holding back on that
yeah.
prediction, but yeah.
I just don't know any other team in the league that has the ability to put a run together. I know Bows have done it recently, but can they keep that going? Can they maintain that? Do they have the squad that to do it? I think they're going to lose your man Sean Gretton, who's been good for them at the back. Yeah, this summer, whether they can keep all of him remains to be seen. But I just don't think anyone will be able to go stride for stride over the season. I just don't think anyone will have the consistency you're looking at. Pats and Shells, who would have been maybe the favourites at the start of the year, don't look like they're going to be able to do it. Then Derry, not really. Bowes, probably not either. So, yeah, it's just looking like a bit of a foregone conclusion for me. But well, yeah, you never know. In the League of Ireland, you just never know. But yeah, just looking at the squad depth is just scary, and the young lads coming through, and the rumours of more additions as well, which is fantastic. So from a Robert's point of view, and I do think it could be a tough game though here. I'll probably go for a draw as well. Yeah, I'll go for Derry 1, Shamrock Rovers 1. I think that's maybe 3 draws out for this week, but these games are just like they're just so tight. Like
Yeah, yeah, no, they're so tight. It's an interesting league for sure. Like what's it now? Like, well, it's actually 12 points separates first and eight, but still, like you look within those 12 points, and there's just 1.2 points. Like, so a win just does so much for you in this league, which is great.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but yeah, guys, there we have it. Our game week 17 League of Ireland Premier Division predictions. If you like the video, please throw us a like down below. Let's try to get to 20 likes, lads. And then if you're new, please subscribe also. It's much appreciated. And yeah, Ross, thanks very much.
Thanks, Luke. Thanks, guys.